I want you to begin to tap back there. Back of the head at the top. Faster, like a hard rain. Fingers penetrating. 10 fingers, acupuncture fingers of love and energy and light. Wake up, brain. Now go to the back of the skull, the back of the third eye. Way back, tap it. Wake it up. There's about an inch of space between your skull bone and your brain. Send energy through the bone into the brain. Come down towards the base of the neck and move upwards to the temples. Oh, under those fingers now is the amygdala. It's the part of the brain that specializes in worry. Tap it, bring it to balance. Back to the top of the head, the front part of the top of the head. Burst of light, energy. Speed it up. Forehead, third eye. Energy going into the brain. Wake up, brain. We need to learn. Back to the temples. No worries. Slow down. Feel the energy on the fingers into the side of your head, balancing this two hemispheres of the brain, a special part that loves to worry. Current and intention, balance. Lower the hands. Heart chakra, 10 fingers, close together, right in the center of the center. And begin to tap. You with me? Look inside. Fingers tapping the center of your chest, going all the way to your spine. Energy, energy, light, light. Wake up. Close your eyes. Be inside. Live inside that body. Right. Breathing and sounding. All 10 fingers still now. Energy penetrating the front of your heart, going to the back of your spine. Breathe. Now, as we repeat that, make sure that all 10 fingers are striking at the same time. Remember, each of the fingers has a different electromagnetic charge. Right hand, positive charge, left hand, negative charge. And when they hit together, it creates a circuit. So take a breath in and begin to tap and vibrate all the way to your spine. Full, deep breath. Tarzan of the Tantra family. Flatten the hands out. Cup your breast. Have the 10 fingers in the center of your chest. And press in a bit. Into the psycho-emotional levels having to do with love, where you had wounds. And I want you to generate compassion fire and send it to your own heart, because you've had to make it through this lifetime of karma. And say I love you to your heart chakra. Dig in a little bit and do circles. 10 fingers inscribing circles. Big breath in, claim that space. Ah. Relax the hands and be embodied. Live in your body, get out of your head. The greatest gift you bring to the bedroom for your partner and for yourself is a mind that can focus and be present. To the extent you're in your head thinking, you miss the experience of love. Okay. I want to share, I've been doing a lot of research on the brain, working with a neuroscientist, where he validates what the yogis, the Tantra yogis knew. We don't know how many thousands of years. About running current into the brain in a practice called mudra. And I'll teach you some of that work. It activates and enlivens parts of the brain that we benefit by having a little more of those billions of neurons firing. One of the recent scientific studies that he shared with me has to do with this area that we were tapping. Right in the temples, there's a little area called the Tyrion, and it's where 5 major bones join together in your skull. It's the softest part of your skull, easiest to get energy in. And about an inch under the fingers is this little almond-shaped part of the brain called the amygdala, the worry part. And they started measuring signals, patterns of brain signals, where the brain, one part of it speaks to another. And what they discovered is that the amygdala, the moment you have that good reason you think to worry, it sends a signal to the hippocampus, the part of the brain that has to do with memory, your files. And the hippocampus say, yeah, you got reason to worry, here's all this shit that happened. And it sends a signal back, and the amygdala says, oh yeah, I better really worry. And it talks back and forth, it goes. And worry doesn't get you anywhere, really. But it sure burns up a lot of mental energy, and it sure makes you miserable. So here was the findings. One particular network connecting the hippocampus, an area associated with recollection, memory, and the amygdala, an area linked to negative feelings, began appearing over and over, this signal. Whenever these 2 brain regions created synchronized electrical pulses, which fluctuated between 13 and 30 times a second, people reported that their moods were getting worse. The study basically proved that when there is less activity in this network, mood is more positive. It's difficult to be positive when you're mind fucking yourself, because worries have no end. A worry, a memory, a worry, a memory, a worry. And it's like a tennis match where we cause our own suffering. Now, when you start meditation, you're not aware of what the state of meditation is. You've maybe learned some meditation techniques, but the technique is not meditation. The techniques is something you do to affect the brain, to bring you into that state of being alive, which is meditative, a balanced brain, perceiving, feeling, having access to whatever memories you need to have in this moment, but also having access to feelings. Feelings, what's going on around you, perhaps in a partner, and what's going on inside you. Most people spend most of their life between here and here. And Tantra is a full body experience, all chakras firing. And so meditation involves you learning to discipline your very own brain and own it. I'm not going to let it be like HAL, the computer from 2001 Space Odyssey. Some of you weren't even born then. Where the computer takes over. But it's your computer, don't you want it to serve you, not mind fuck you? Is it okay to say fuck here? If it offends anyone, I'll give you the church version. So you've now had enough experience, enough class to know that there are 7 areas where energy is generated and stored like a reservoir, but much energy in these chakras is asleep, has never been activated, or was active and then is shut down. We will be playing with our chakras in many ways. Most of the Tantra meditations involve working with the chakras, working with our chi, our sexual, spiritual energy, and moving it after it's been charged and sped up, more power, and brought up to the brain, to an area that one Tantra writing calls the Yoni of the mind. Do you know that word, Yoni? It means sacred space, and it's the Sanskrit name for the second chakra of a woman. Sacred space. It's special. But we, all of us, men and women alike, have a part of the brain that we can live in, which involves getting out of the part of the brain where we get our worry lines. Whoa. You can see how intense a person is. Count their lines. And we begin to feel, live and experience from this part of the brain, where consciousness is pure, and where your past, your traumas, your experiences, your beliefs, guilt and fear and shame can't hold you back. And it is from this place in the brain that new experience of love, sexual ecstasy, and spiritual communion with your partner, with whatever you perceive of as God, and of the beloved that dwells in your heart. So we're playing with a meditation technique called bija. You don't have to learn Sanskrit. Bija mantram. And these are sound vibrations, sound frequencies, that when we chant them out loud or inwardly, it sends a message right to the chakra. Wake up, sleeping energy. And it opens the conduits that go from the chakra to the body. These are called nadis. And again, you don't have to learn. So the sounds are simple, though it will entail you learning probably 5 Sanskrit syllables. They're real simple. For the base chakra, Lam. The consonant L gets 1 count. The gets 2 or 3.
Lam.
And Lam, as we feel the base chakra. We start down there, we're going to feel our way up. 1 breath, 6 sounds. Second chakra, Vam. Now you're writing this down, but in your booklet, Methods of Awakening the Chakras, has a whole course on chakras. Vam, second chakra. Third chakra, Ram. What do you notice so far? Lam, Vam, Ram. Only the first consonant changes. This could be simple. Could I have 4 CTEs? The first 4. Come on up. Sure, you could do it that way.
Five.
Oh, 5 CTs, one more CT. You don't have to even come on that side. So these 5 letters spell what word? Lover. Throw out the consonants. Consonants stay where you are. No, throw out the vowels. Vowels stay where you are. Consonants step forward. Who's the R? Yeah. Yeah. Lam, Vam, Ram. It's kind of an acronym to help you. What's the sequence? Think of the word lover. Lam, Vam, Ram. Good. All right, turn in your, this is going to make it, turn in your letters. Why don't you be in charge of this? Lover, you. 2 more CTs. Any 2 will do. H-O-L-E. And what's this? Yeah, we're going to hold them up. This is an Italian mantra. Lover you home.
This is just in case you wanted to do
Okay. You see the word you? Vowels stay where you are, move forward. Yes. Consonants forward, consonant forward.
But what is vowel forward?
Yes, Antis and Orion, you can be together.
What do you got? You can rest. Just look cute. Yeah. Yum, ham. Are you a vowel or a consonant?
It's Om.
Oh, okay. There's lover you home, ham, and om for the 6th and 7th. If this is confusing you, don't worry about it. You'll learn the sounds. Just start a second behind the rest of the group. Lam, vam, ram, yam, ham, om. For the O, you feel the brow center. As you close the lips, feel the back of the brow. And for the go on off into the crown chakra. So this is an activating process. You may turn in your letters. They did that without rehearsal.
Well done, you guys.
And so it's a pranayama breathing technique. You start with the complete breath. You swallow, look what I'm doing, and retain the breath. Gives you better control. You bring your awareness back to the base. That's where you start. Lam.
Just taking a breath.
Oh, you're taking a breath, of course. Listen to vibration.
Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om.
Most of you won't have enough breath control to get all 6 sounds. Yeah, you'll get the hum and you'll be out of breath. Take a quickie, it's okay to cheat, and finish off with the om. But the ideal, 1 breath, 6 sounds, lots of vibration, sending a vibrational message right to the chakra. Wake up. So ground yourself. Close your eyes. What's the first sound? Just say it.
La.
Second sound.
Va. Ram. Yam. Ham. Om.
Now let's see when 150 brains breathe together as one, sound these powerful ancient sounds as one, and feel the same chakra at the same time. Let's see if there's any power in that. What's
Om.
for the which?
6th and 7th are both Om.
All right, so what do you do before you begin any Tantra technique?
Ground.
So feel your ass. And imagine it has energy that can, like roots in a tree, can go down into the earth. From your brain, down through your body, the root system, into the earth. I want to be grounded. For the more grounded you are, the further out you can go in meditation, and the more energy you can safely run. Now, as a group, exhale, come down to the base chakra. Breathing in, scanning, feeling your way up to the crown. Swallow, hold the breath, come feel the base. Here we go.
Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham,
From the base, scan upwards, pull the earth's energy up. Swallow, retain, go back to the base.
Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om.
Another breath, I want more resonance in the Om.
Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om.
Good. Keep it going, but touch the front of the chakra as you tone its tone.
Lam, Vam,
touch your belly, heart.
Ham, Om.
Back to the base. Hold it.
Ram, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om.
3 more rounds, perfect concentration.
Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om.
And one last round, make each sound a little longer.
Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om.
Breath. Let your quiet mind come and live in your heart for 20 seconds. Nothing to worry about, nothing to think about. The beloved dwells in your heart. The Guru dwells in your heart. The heart chakra is like a temple. And whatever goddess you believe in or don't believe in, whatever name, different cultures have given different names to the one. And they fight about it. And they all say it's all one. And so as Christy sings this evocative song to help bring you into the temple of your heart, have an inquiry and let her words carry you in deeper. Stay meditative.
Oh, my dear one, beloved of my heart. Oh, my dear one, beloved of my heart. By what name shall I call thee? With what voice shall I beckon thee? Is it Allah or Buddha, Krishna or Jesus, or simply my dear one, beloved of my heart, or simply my dear one, beloved of my heart. By what name shall I call thee? With what voice shall I beckon thee? Is it Allah or Buddha, Krishna or Jesus, or simply my dear one, beloved of my heart, or simply my dear one, beloved of my heart. I am that I am, that I am, that I am. I am that I am, that I am. I am that I am, that I am, that I am. I am that I am, that I am. Ooh, my dear one, ooh, beloved of my heart.
Thank you. Come on back. How's your brain feeling? During the next 2 days, tomorrow focusing on women, the next day focusing on men, we're going to give many of you your first experience of being a sexual awakener and sexual healer. We're going to learn ways to play with nerve endings and send current into, I hope, one of your favorite chakras. Activate its energy, increase its velocity, which generates more voltage, more power. And connect this energy of passion. I'll be training the men in the afternoon with the what to do's. And my staff of women will be with the women on how do you receive this gift? What do you mean I don't give back? What do you mean it's all about me? Wouldn't that be nice? Just for you, a gift. Where only the most positive energy, current, and love will go into your second chakra. And that increased energy, through technique we'll teach you and demonstrate, will go in and be connected to the other chakras. Hello, second chakra here. Be connected to your power. Be connected to your heart. It's time to love more powerfully and more passionately. And men will be trained. Oh, this is a gift to serve a woman in this way. Your penis tomorrow night has the night off. You don't have to figure out, what do I do with it? Put the passion that's down there and bring it up in your desire to serve this woman and bring forward the God essence that is in every woman. Sacred spot work is not an ancient technique, unless you consider 1978. And that's when I began teaching what I was learning about women, about this area, an area that seemed to, at that time, there wasn't a lot of science yet, not be an area involved in sexuality. The penis goes right by this area. I called it the sacred spot, which is a male term. The Tantra yogis taught men. Mantak Chia calls it the $1 million point. Yeah? Goes right to the prostate, right to the core of the second chakra. That part that you'll learn to stimulate tomorrow is a different pathway than most women feel their sexual energy. They feel their pudental stimulation. Yes, I love my clitoris. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it's frustrating. This area is the pelvic nerve, a second pathway that connects your genitals with your brain and has almost limitless potential circuits to say, hey, second chakra, something important's going on, something even more important than pleasure. And pleasure, you'll discover, has several octaves. Oh, this is the most powerful thing I've ever experienced. Only a month later, you experience something deeper and more powerful and more spiritual, where all you can say in that state is, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. There's no thinking when you're having an orgasm. You can't think at all when you're having an orgasm. That 5 seconds, it's the only universally shared meditation moment, global, in men. We all get 5 seconds of, my mind is quiet. But because we lose so much energy, it's quiet, but we're empty, and then we got to recharge the brain and the chakras. It's like circuit breakers. You come, your energy goes out, and the chakras say, okay, communication, forget about it. I love you, baby. Your power goes, your second chakra says, oh, no, oh. And men need to recharge. So tomorrow when we teach you about Sacred Spot, it's the findings that I stumbled over because I was audacious enough. I was single. And for some reason, women started liking me. I think it had to do with magnetism. When your chakras wake up, you become attractive like a magnet attracts iron filings. It was a period after spending 2 years. My first wife had melanoma breast cancer, and I was her sole caretaker. And I was a tired, drained yogi after that period. And the universe said, here's Goddess. And without needing to who shall I love now? The universe said, here. But then the universe said, see if you can figure this out here. Can you love 2 people? Well, my conditioning was, no, that's not good. And then came number 3 and number 4 and number 5. And I started teaching in 7 cities, and every city had a goddess.
Poor Charles.
Now you laugh, but I was responsible somewhere on the planet for some women's abandonment issues or premenstrual syndrome. I would get the call and they would blame me. But by being a wandering tantric sadhu, like a butterfly, flower to flower, one of my great strengths is paying attention, and another one is listening to women. Listening. Being interested, guys, this is a tip, rather than trying to be so damn interesting. And I watched the process in these women of awakening. Oh my God, this is amazing. Women who'd never had orgasms or had pain in their yoni started to come alive, and pain disappeared, or numbness disappeared, and pain showed up, and pain disappeared, and oh, this doesn't feel so bad anymore. And then as the pathway opened up, the pelvic nerve to the brain, a different type of orgasm showed up. And historically, sexuality, human sexuality, in the West, ain't been around too long. about 100 years. And Freud became the word of the day. He endeared himself to women for 100 years by saying, your clitoral orgasms are immature. There's a deeper, more powerful orgasm. He could have phrased it different. But they didn't know about the pelvic nerve. They didn't know much about the brain then. That's the last 100 years too. One of the last things Barack Obama did as president was budget $1 billion to study the brain. And that research continues today to learn about this highest of all the chakras, its function and its dysfunction. The other thing I learned in my explorations, let's call it my graduate work, was that sexual sharing could be healing. It was healing for me. My heart was broken when you lose your beloved of 7 years. But I also watched the women heal. I thought it was all about pleasure. Let's open up this channel, this sacred spot. But this part of your yoni, women, goes up to the right hemisphere of the brain, the feeling side, the intuitive side, the emotional side. And that's why women cry when they have these kind of sensations, and it's different. And you don't have to choose one or the other. You get to have both with higher and higher octaves of feeling the current coming from these powerful areas. And there'll be 2 other areas you'll learn subsequently. And so emotions would come up. I'd be there doing all the things to put out love and be present and the different things I knew about energy and massage, and put all of that into the yoni every session. And sometimes feelings would come up in the women that would make no sense. Feelings don't have to make sense tomorrow night. Feelings are real even if they're historically inaccurate. You don't have to tell a woman you shouldn't feel that way. What are you calling me an asshole for and telling me I'm unconscious? I've been so conscious for 1 hour and 7 minutes so far. And I remember telling my holistic doctor I was getting treated for blown out 2nd chakra. I was practicing a lot. And I was bitching to him. You know, I got all this love in my life, but for some reason I bring in these crazy women. They have these emotions. They blame me for things I didn't say or do, or the look on my face, or that I'm enjoying it too much, or they go into emotional process and release. They leave present time and